So in 1 week, Donald Trump will be inaugurated as the 47th president of the United States.
We spoke with First Lady Melania Trump about what we can expect from her over the next 4 years. Take a look.
Madam First Lady, it's great to see you again. Thank you for sitting down with us to talk about your new documentary.
Thank you for having me. It's an exciting time.
It is. We were thrilled to hear that this was coming out. I want to know details, why you decided to do this, and what will it be like?
Well, the book was such a success, and I'm very proud, and I get so many messages and letters how they enjoy the book, and they would love, my fans and people would love to hear more from me. So I had an idea to make a movie, to make a film about my life. My life is incredible. It's incredibly busy. And I told my agent, I have this idea, so please, go out and make a deal for me. We started the production in November, and we are shooting right now, so it's a day-to-day life. What I'm doing, what kind of responsibilities I have. People, they don't really know, and they will see it. It's day to day, from transition team to moving to the White House, packing, establishing my team, the First Lady office, moving into the White House, what it takes to make the residence your home, to hire the people that you need.
So it's a snapshot of what it takes to move back into the White House. I don't think a First Lady has ever done this.
Not that I know, of course.
Behind the scenes, what is it like when you're moving back in the White House? What's different this time?
The difference is I know where I will be going. I know the rooms where we will be living. I know the process. The first time was challenging. We didn't have much of the information. The information was upheld for us from previous administration. But this time I have everything. I have the plans. I could move in. I already packed. I already selected the furniture that needs to go in. So it's very different transition this time, second time around.
Will you decorate it exactly like it was before, or are you making changes?
A little bit of changes, not much.
How have the Bidens been? Have they been accommodating, and are they still living there?
They're still living there, and they will be out on January 20. So what happened is on January 20, the transition team has only 5 hours to move Biden's out and to move us in. So everything needs to be planned to the minute.
And when you were decorating the White House for Barron, I remember in the book you talked about how the Obamas, they had certain rooms that were pink for the girls, and you wanted to make them appropriate for Barron. What is it like now? Obviously he'll have a bedroom there, but he's an adult, he's in college now. Will he be spending a lot of time there as well?
I think he will come and visit, yes.
Will he bring his friends? Is it fun? Does he feel comfortable to bring friends?
Yeah, whatever he would like to do, yes. I feel that as a children, we have them till they are like 18, 19 years old. We teach them, we guide them, and then we give them the wings to fly. And I always respect Barron's yes and no, and what he likes to do, where he would like to be.
Do you feel like you're in a different space now than you were 8 years ago?
I feel I was always me the first time as well. I just feel that people didn't accept me, maybe. They didn't understand me the way maybe they do now. And I didn't have much support. Maybe some people, they see me as just a wife of the president, but I'm standing on my own 2 feet, independent. I have my own thoughts. I have my own yes and no. I don't always agree what my husband is saying or doing, and that's okay.
Are you able to tell him when you disagree?
I gave him my advice, and sometimes he listens, sometimes he doesn't, and that's okay.
And where will you be spending most of your time? In the White House, Palm Beach, here in New York?
I will be in the White House, and when I need to be in New York, I will be in New York. When I need to be in Palm Beach, I will be in Palm Beach. But my first priority is, to be a mom, to be a first lady, to be a wife. And once we are in on January 20, it's you serve the country.
first 100 days, what will that look like for you? What are you looking forward to the most?
I established my team. I have a few positions that I still need to hire. I will not rush into that. I will see when I'm in the White House and what it's needed. I don't want to hire too many people on my team and spending too much taxpayer money. I want to make sure that every position, they are talented, they have merit, they know what they're doing, and as well as they are team player. They don't have their own agenda, so they're serving me, they're serving my office, and they're serving the country.
And will you continue with your platform, Be Best?
I will continue with Be Best, and also I will expand Be Best. I started in the first administration. I didn't have much support from anyone. I invited all of the streaming platforms to the White House. I had the round table, and I didn't have much support from them. And imagine what we could do in those years if they will rally behind me and teach the children and protect them about the social media and their mental health.
How are you feeling about the busy schedule again, hitting the ground running on the 20th?
Very busy. We already started, and I think it will be an exciting 4 years. We have a lot to do and put the country back in shape.
Wow, she looks ready to go. Man, what do you think?
I asked her if she could tell us a little bit about her wardrobe, what she will wear to the inauguration, what it will be like that night, what ball gown she'll wear. She said, you just have to stand by and wait. I said, will it be as beautiful as the blue dress and the Ralph Lauren blue dress with the little coat, and she wore the white gloves, and she said that was a success.
That's so interesting.
She's so cute.
Ainsley, she seems excited about the next go around.
She does seem different, doesn't she?
She's glowing.
Yeah.
She understands what type of staff that she needs. There's a little bit of a spark there.
More confidence, probably, because she knows what to expect. They've already done it for 4 years. And we appreciate her sitting down with us. It's going to be this documentary. I'm so excited to see it because it's behind the scenes of her walking through Trump Tower, of her walking through the White House and planning the move. And they've been filming since November. They're going to film all the way through the inauguration day. And then it's going to be shown in worldwide movie theaters starting this fall. And then it will move over to
That was a great
Amazon.
get, Ainsley. And I appreciate when you introduced it, you said, our interview, when Brian Kill gets an exclusive, it's me. It's mine.
I know.
But you said it's ours, so I
It's a big
appreciate
difference.
that.
It's a big difference.
We are a team.
Yeah, we are.
a family.
Yeah, unless I do the interview.
That's true.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhardt. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.